What's up, everybody? I'm Miranda from REI. Personal locator beacons and satellite messengers both allow you to send emergency signals when you're out in the mountains. But how do you know which one is right for you? Let's talk about it. While cell phone service around the country and the world is slowly expanding into wilderness areas, you still shouldn't rely on your cell phone as an effective way of communicating in an emergency. So if you're looking for an emergency signaling device, a personal locator beacon, or a PLB, or a satellite messenger are both good choices. In the simplest form, a personal locator beacon will send an emergency signal to a search and rescue team so they can come find you. A satellite messenger will send an emergency message to a team so they can come and find you. There are a lot of different types of satellite messengers. We only have two of them here. There are one-way and two-way communications with satellite messengers. So one-way meaning you can send messages out, two-way meaning you can send and receive and therefore communicate with satellite messengers. There are many different types of these and different levels or tiers, so to speak. So these are just two of them, but there are a whole lot of different satellite messengers that have a bunch of different features. Essentially, with the satellite messenger, you are able to send text messages, whether they are preset or messages you can actually type out yourself, to friends, to family, and then sometimes even communicate with search and rescue teams, as well as cancel a call for help if you need it. These do require a subscription, and that is an additional fee that you incur on top of purchasing the satellite messenger. Essentially, think of it as another phone plan or something else you pay for monthly or yearly in order to use the features on the satellite messenger. Some of these will also have the ability to give you GPS tracking or send waypoints out to people so they can track your trip, as well as get topo maps or even get the weather report. With the satellite messenger, as technology is always evolving, some of these even allow you to use your cell phone to get all of that information and essentially communicate with this via Bluetooth to make your cell phone into the satellite or to have access to the satellites the way that the messengers do. Again, the downside of these is that you do require a subscription, which is going to cost additional money, and they also don't have as strong of a signal as you'll get with a personal locator beacon. In order to send messages on these, you really need a clear view of the sky. They also don't have a super long battery life. They're good for several days out in the backcountry, but if you need to keep using them or you're going on an extended trip, you'll want a charging stick or something else that will keep this charged so that in an emergency, you have access to it. If what you're looking for is a reliable means of communicating with emergency rescue teams, then a personal locator beacon is a really good option. With a personal locator beacon, the signal is significantly stronger than it is with a satellite messenger. You can see it has this massive antenna, which helps that. So while a view of the sky is still a really good idea, again, just a much stronger signal on a PLB. With a personal locator beacon, there is no subscription required to use it, but there is a registration, a required free registration. So you'll register this with NOAA's Search and Rescue Satellite Aided Tracking. And essentially, when you press the button on here, this will communicate out and they will communicate with search and rescue teams and then send people out to the location where the signal came from to rescue you. Downside of a personal locator beacon is that once you press that button, the cavalry is coming whether you decide you need them or not. So that's something to keep in mind. These do, however, have a very long battery life. So the battery is good for a couple years, and then once it's dead, you can send it in to get the battery replaced. The reason for this is that the battery really doesn't kick on until you press that button and call for help. So again, if what you're looking for is a really effective way of getting being rescued, getting search and rescue, in a location that's remote, personal locator beacon is a really good idea. If you want something that allows you to send messages to your friends, your family, or get just additional features, as well as have that added benefit of communicating with search and rescue teams, that's when a satellite messenger might be the best option for you. This is a really complex topic, and I've only barely touched the surface of it. So if you want to get more information about whether you need a personal locator beacon or a satellite messenger, if you want to learn more about all the different types of satellite messengers out there, come into your local REI and talk to the experts there. We'll see you later.